Always ask the seller, do you have anything else? Because every once in a while, you might just hit the jackpot. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. This isn't even everything that I bought from this seller. Essentially, here's the story behind why I was able to pick up this deal. The new Pokémon Snap game came out for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I actually don't have that in my possession yet. I ordered it on Amazon as soon as it was announced, so I pre-ordered it, and it still has not arrived. So while I was kind of lamenting the fact that I'm not able to play that yet, and a lot of other people are, I hope it's a good game by the way, everyone, I started looking for the Pokémon Snap game for the Nintendo Switch on Marketplace online locally. And in my search, I found this game instead. But when I saw this game, I messaged the seller just out of curiosity, because sometimes, right now, without all of my other hobbies going on, I have more time than ever. So I just messaged the seller, hey, do you happen to have any other Nintendo items? Because I already have Pokémon Snap, of course. And then they sent me a picture of a Great Purple N64, the controller. There's 11 games here, and also other controllers too. So I'm going to go through everything, but definitely that's one of my major collecting tips right now. Even if you see a seller that just maybe posts like 1 or 2 games online, maybe they have a whole other stack of games like this one right here that they've just never got to, and they haven't posted quite yet. And honestly, just to save them time, they might not want to take the individual photos of everything and take the time posting them, looking up prices, doing all the research. So after a little back and forth, we settled on a price. I don't know if I completely got the best of them. I feel a little bit bad, but they kind of knew what they had. They just wanted to get rid of it fast, basically. Make some sort of a quick sale. For Pokemon Snap, first of all, they were asking for 30 bucks, and 30 bucks is probably right around the right price point for Pokemon Snap, but the rest of the games, when we totaled them all together, were really good. Actually, I think this is the exact price of Pokemon Snap right now. And then the bundle in total, I should actually just bring everything out right now. So we have the Grape controller. Look at this. The Fire Orange controller, that's official by Nintendo. The Ice Blue controller, you can tell they're official when they actually have Nintendo up here. There's tons of knockoffs for these. And one more colored controller. I love these clear colored controllers for the Funtastic series. This one's called Jungle Green. So once I saw this, I definitely had to get the bundle. Even though a lot of the games I already have in my collection, I am a huge sucker for the Funtastic series controllers. And at any time I can find an N64 bundle like this, I feel like prices are still climbing, and I really want to try and get 4 of each of these colors to match the systems themselves, so that eventually, I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool that you can play on a Jungle Green N64 with 4 Jungle Green controllers is the goal. So yeah, I jumped on this bundle. So in total, what did the bundle cost me? For all of this, I also got, by the way, before I just get to that, a Rumble Pack and a memory card, and the system even comes with the expansion pack that you can see right in there. So for all of that, with the cables, there are cables too, 400 bucks. So $400 is a lot to shell out. It's a ton of money, especially considering, you know, I do have a lot of these games already, but the Funtastic controllers themselves are probably worth it. Here are the cords they came with. I'll talk a little bit about that later. So $400 is what we agreed on, 400 US dollars. Let's go through everything that I got with this, just starting with the system. The system is exciting to find any sort of Funtastic series system. When I started collecting these, the first time around, when I was trying to get all of them complete, I originally actually got them unboxed, and then I tried to get them with the box. I was buying these for $50 to $100, but definitely no more than that. For the box variations, I think I was up to like $200, that's it. Most of them are going for more than double that now. So this Great Purple system, it does have the matching port that goes over the expansion pack. It also has on the back, it still has this one that goes over the extension port that kind of connects to the, I think, the disk drive, and it was intended for some other purposes. It still has all the stickers on it in pretty good condition, by the way, and it does have some scuffs and scratches on it. I'm not sure how clearly this scratch that's right here will be picked up, but I don't mind. Overall, it's pretty good. There's some scuffs all over the place. So a Grape Purple system like this one is identical to the one that came out in Japan called Midnight Blue. They're the exact same system. But if you get the system with the cords, with the matching controller, so all of this, with the cords like I said right here, then you're probably paying something like almost $200, roughly. If it had the box, it would probably be double that. That's probably a low end of the price, especially considering eBay prices. You've got to pay shipping and maybe import fees and everything like that. But I'm just saying 200 bucks is roughly probably the right price for a Great Purple system. Next up for the controller, the Jungle Green controller. This is one of the most common Funtastic series controllers because yes, it was released with the Funtastic series, the set of 6 systems. There was Jungle Green, Fire Orange, Ice Blue, Grape Purple, Watermelon Red, and Smoke Black were the 6 colors. We also had the Donkey Kong set that you can kind of see over here on the side. So this is one of the most common controllers for the Funtastic series. I'm just putting this at like 40 bucks basically. So we'll just put that over to the side for now. My favorite color, and this is one of the reasons why I really wanted to get this, I really want 4 of these Fire Orange controllers. These ones are a lot harder for me to find. I can find Jungle Green pretty often. I can find Ice Blue from time to time, but I really can't find Fire Orange all that often. This one's more expensive. This one's probably at like 55 bucks, especially considering the joysticks are in pretty good condition. I wouldn't call them 10 out of 10. I would say this is like a 7 out of 10. Definitely playable, not fantastic, funtastic. The Grape is actually the best one. It's like they didn't game on Grape that much, but you can see inside the well here for the joystick that it does have a lot of wear, so they definitely have used them. It's just the fact that like they're in pretty good shape overall for the joysticks. So that one's $55. And then Ice Blue, this one has a scratch right here. I'm wondering if I can like buff that out maybe, if I try and use maybe just even some sort of cloth and just apply a little bit of pressure to get that out. Ice Blue is probably something like 45 bucks. So in total, if we put all of that together, we're at 200, 240, and then I think 295 roughly. And then the last controller here with another 45 bucks, we're at roughly 240 bucks, $340 in total so far. So I'm almost breaking the bank already, almost hitting even. But then if you include the expansion pack on its own right now, I can't believe how much that expansion pack is. From my research on eBay recently, they're selling usually between $55 and $60. So if you call it 57 bucks, essentially, we're almost at that $400 just for these 4 controllers, the matching system, the cords, and the expansion pack. That's a lot of money, yes. $400 right there, and then this stack of games. So I'm sure you're curious what the stack of games are. First up, we do have Pokémon Snap. I have already discussed this. It's around a $30 game, one of my favorites on the system. I just wish there was more than just over 60 Pokemon in this game. Again, let me know what your thoughts are on the new Pokemon Snap game. Can't wait to play that one sometime soon. Then the rest of the games. Alright, this is a classic stack of Nintendo 64 games. Again, I do own most of these, so most of these will be available for trade, and especially once I can start traveling a little bit more and going to game swaps. I'm going to bring these to game swaps and try and pick up other games in my collection. Super Mario 64, an instant classic, of course, on the system. This is roughly also $30 that you can usually find it for. And by the way, the back labels, they kept these in really good shape. When I was talking to the seller, they were saying like, no, like, we collected these, we just need some money right now because of the times that are going on in the world. Mario Party. I would desperately love to get a duplicate of all the Mario Party games before prices continue to increase. Box copies of the N64 originals, Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. Each of those is like $150 and up. And well up, depending on conditions. So I would love to get the box for this one. Mario Party 1, I think I have a price point of this one of around $40. So that's not bad, 40 bucks for that. I think that's actually on the low end. I feel like they would be a little bit more expensive. Not only is there Mario Party 1, but there's also Mario Party 2. Definitely the better game. If you're going to get one of these two, actually a lot of the mini games overlap from these two games. They got rid of a lot of the bad mini games, and I love the maps on this one. This is one of my favorite Mario Parties. This one's probably around $60. So right around 60 bucks for that one. So that's the first 4 games, and they're all fantastic. Almost all of these are really good. Then we have Banjo Kazooie, one of my favorite collectathons on any system of all time. This one's $33, and with it is Banjo Tooie. I was shocked to see both of these. It's really rare that I actually see the second game for sale all that often. Rare. Hilarious. Good pun. $37 for Banjo Tooie. So in total, both of these are around 70 bucks. Again, I feel like that might be a little bit low. It depends on condition, and there are so many fakes out there on eBay. Be really careful. These are all authentic. We got a hair right there, but I'm going to still have to test them just to make sure they work. I was really trusting of the seller because the seller seemed to really know what they were talking about, and I mean, how often do you have a set of fantastic stuff here? I don't think all that often. Alright, the last few games here, we have Donkey Kong 64. That's the whole reason probably why there was an expansion pack in the system already. You have to have the expansion pack in order for this game to be playable. So this game, on its own, usually something like $33. roughly $33. 30 to 35 is probably in the vicinity. If you get it with the expansion pack, though, add another $50 to that. It's probably like $80 in that kind of a bundle. And then 007 Goldeneye, one of the best first-person multiplayer shooters of all time. A lot of people say this game's unplayable today. I still don't mind it. Even with the drop in frame rate, it's still playable to me. I still have a lot of fun with friends whenever we try and play this game. So this one's around 22 bucks, and with it, they also like the series, I guess, because there's 007 The World Is Not Enough. This is the gray cart version. There is a blue cart version of this that's available in North America as well. This is one of the least expensive games on this list. This is probably around $13 for that one. And the last one is nothing to write home about. It is, I mean, it's okay. At least it's a Nintendo game that's made by Nintendo. All of these are actually really good. The last one is Excitebike 64. I don't mean to I don't mean to insult anyone who really likes the series for Excitebike. It's just not a rare or expensive game on the system. This one's around $13. So if you put it all together and you add up everything, I'm roughly just over, I think, $700 for this bundle, but I only paid $400 for it. So it's not a fantastic deal, but overall, I think, like, it was just too good to pass up. Definitely way too good of a deal that I couldn't get it, especially considering I'm after more of these Funtastic controllers. So I really am tempted to keep these three for sure. I'm not sure if I'll want to keep that Grape or if I want to sell it with the system itself. The expansion pack, I'm not sure if I'll include that in a sale with the system or at least a trade with the system. And all of these games, I think, other than Excitebike, I'm pretty sure I have Excitebike, but I just need to double check. I think I actually have most of these in my collection, so those will all be available for trade later in the year, whenever I can go back to GameSwap meets. So the whole point of this collection for me, and why I got this, is mainly these Funtastic series controllers, and sometimes a deal is just too good to be true. I had to get it. It's definitely not quite doubling my money. I think $400 is what I paid, maybe up to $700 for the total of it. But honestly, I might hold on to some of these. It would be really cool to play, you know, the same game with some friends. I know we don't need 2 copies of the Mario parties, but 2 copies of Pokémon Snap might be kind of cool. I could play one, my wife could play one. I could always use more copies of Super Mario 64. Actually, I do have the box and the manual for this, an extra box and manual, and this will now complete that, so that's perfect. That's actually going to work out really nicely. Donkey Kong 64, I might actually keep that duplicate as well. My wife and I love playing that game. But any of the multiplayer games, I only ever play that with friends. I don't really think I need duplicates of those. Let me know what you think if I did with this deal. I also got a Rumble Pack and a memory card that is cut for some reason on the top of that to add a little bit more value to this entire set, which makes it a little bit more special. So maybe we're just over $700. Maybe we're at $750 almost with everything included here. Not quite doubling my money, as I said. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know, would you pass up this bundle? How would you feel? I do feel a little bit guilty about buying this because I know some other gamer might really love to have these, and eventually they will go back out into the community. I can't pass up a deal right now, especially with no other hobbies and interests going on. When I see something like this, I kind of pounce on it, especially these really cool Funtastic series controllers. Part of the reason why I got into collecting Nintendo anyways, transparent plastic. How cool, how fun. Again, thanks for watching. Feel free to fill that like bucket, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you're new. I try and post videos on Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and some other random days of the week as well. Go collect them all. Keep smiling while gaming. You guys are awesome.